Testing. Is we good? Is we live? Is we active? I would hope I'm live. I actually would. I think I am. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say I am live. Oh, we are live. Jesus Christ. Okay. The testing is testing. It is. All right, we're good. How are we doing? We're back. Watchalongs. It's been a while. Live streams. It's been a while. Content in general. It's been a while. So hopefully we're back, and we're gonna stay back. That's the plan. That is the plan. The plan is to stay back, but you never know. Anything can change. It's actually very weird doing the live stream with my face there. Very weird. But yeah, as I said, first time for everything. We finally got the face cam on. It might go off midstream actually, because I have an order coming in terms of like groceries and stuff. So I'll have to probably go off midstream, but we're still here. We're still here. Interesting match today. This is the second leg in the league. We watched the first leg, Como versus Juventus. It was a slapping. Como absolutely went to town on Juventus. And I think that was Spalletti's first match. I might be wrong. I might be getting that wrong. That was the first match I watched under Spalletti. I might be wrong. But I think, yeah, Como went to town on Juventus. It was a 2-0 win for them the first time they met. Hopefully, they're going to do better this time around. You know, you never know. Interesting lineup. Moretti is starting today, if you remember Moretti from our Girona career mode, which might be coming back. You never know. The Girona career mode might be coming back, but Moretti is starting today for Juventus. I'm actually interested to see him play. I haven't seen a lot of Moretti in real life. I think in my career mode, he was a fantastic player, but you never know what these players are gonna turn out to be in terms of achievements and whatnot. So we do hope. Jesus Christ. The sound you keep hearing is the notification. I don't know if the notification is for the order being here. He's supposed to call me, but some of these delivery couriers, they do like to do their own thing. They do like to do that. Yeah, conversations. I mean, if you're watching in chat, if you're watching this live, make sure to let me know what you think. Some conversations started, some interesting topics, some hot takes, some questions. I am always willing to give out my 2-piece. Interesting jersey Juventus have on today. It's like feels uncomfortable. Like everyone is wearing a long sleeve today in Juventus for Juventus. I think it's supposed to be a retro kit. Feels like it's gonna get very, very uncomfortable for them. I mean, I hope it's breathable. It kind of looks like you're wearing, I don't know, but it does look a little bit uncomfortable. I wouldn't want to be sweating in something like this. This is like something you wear in the winter. But the game is kicked off, and I haven't started my timer. Absolute idiot. Absolute idiot. Not starting my timer. But we're off. And I will be a little bit back. The timer will be a little bit back, but I will try my best to keep you all up to date. I gotta make sure everything is ready here. I have like 3 screens on here: the game, the stats, my stream setup. So I've got a lot going on here. Again, it's been a while since we've come back to streaming, so it's gonna be a tad bit clunky, but we're gonna roll into it. Jesus Christ. That notification. The notification keeps coming in. I really hope it's not the delivery person. I feel like I should just check. Let me just check that. You know, give me a second. You're gonna hear me, but you're not gonna see me. Let me just check that, because I feel like if it's the delivery person, I will be pissed off because he's supposed to call, and I don't want to take off the phone because of the delivery person. Transition. Now, as I said, you're gonna hear me, but you're not gonna see me. Again, I just have to confirm it's the delivery person. Okay, order has been picked up and is on the way to you. I don't need a notification for that. You know, I don't need a notification for that. Okay. So the delivery driver is on the way. That's a good thing. It's annoying because every time I touch the phone, I'm gonna have to turn off the camera, which I don't want to be doing often, you know. And I have to adjust and everything. It's stressful. It really is. We're back here, but Jesus Christ, now I have to adjust it again. I think it's better actually. Let me just move this to the side a bit. Make sure I look straight. And it shouldn't be lagging. It's lagging on my end. Is we good? Is we good? I think we good. All right. Transition. Okay. So, slow start to the game. Juventus did try to start the game a little bit quicker than usual, but, you know, nothing really came off it. Nothing really. Como passing the ball around. No Nico pass today, which is a little bit of a disappointment because my interest in Como really came from watching Nico pass play, because, you know, he's a genius on the ball, and he's also a former Real Madrid player, and I think he's a player Real Madrid will be looking for. So it's a bit of a disappointment. But I am interested in watching Juventus play because they absolutely capitulated against Galatasaray. Lois Apenda getting into the Como 18-yard box, but he loses the ball. And Kenan Yildiz as well is an interesting player. I'm looking to, you know, see what he can do for Juventus. I mean, Serie is, well, that was a good move by Apenda, but kind of gave a very heavy touch on it. Yeah, I think Juventus have really fallen from grace, but they've got some good players on their team. Obviously, Kenan Yildiz, Kefren Turam, and it's Yildiz. Good shots. Good shots. Good save from the Como goalkeeper, Baltrina. Is it Baltrina? I feel like I just butchered a person's name. It's not Baltrina. It's Botez. Jesus. Okay, it's Botez, not Baltrina. Baltrina is their striker, or is their left winger. Corner for Juventus here. Are they going to be able to do anything? And I'll probably give you guys the updates on the other matches going on, because I know some of the Premier League matches are going to be going on today. Long throw-in from Juventus. They're learning. They're learning from the Premier League. Big day today in the Premier League, actually. Manchester City versus Newcastle. Big game. If City were to win that game, you kind of look at that and think, is it wraps for Arsenal? You know, it's a big game. It's a difficult game as well because, you know, Juventus are not I say Juventus. Newcastle are not really, you know, they wear the same jersey, so I can kind of confuse them. No stress. Foul for Juventus here. FGH back in the chat. Honestly speaking, I think if I could give like a consistent viewer award, it would definitely be FGH. Very consistent in the chat. Very consistent. always here. We went on the break. I think he commented on the Arsenal video, which you guys should check out on the channel. Actually, the Arsenal video where I talked about Arsenal basically putting themselves in a difficult position at the moment. I think it was very interesting video. And yeah, but question from FGH: if a club wins the league but exits early in Europe, is the season still a success? So basically, Liverpool last season, I think, is what you're saying. Because Liverpool, where did Liverpool exit last season in the Champions League? That's a question. That's a question to ask. Could probably ask that now. Nothing is really. Oh my god, a microphone. My microphone is literally on my lap right now because I don't have a table to put it on, and the table I have my setup on is too far for the microphone. So bear with me. Let's check. I actually want to check when Liverpool exited the Champions League last season, because Liverpool's season last year was considered a success. Como, edge of the box here. Good defending from Juventus. Ball moving around. Ambiaso. Kefren Thuram. Thuram is still with the ball, loses the ball. Kenan Yildiz. I like his work rate. Kenan Yildiz. He goes forward, he comes back, he defends. Very, very hard-working player. I'd like to see him in a Real Madrid shirt, but obviously he plays where Vinicius plays, so it'll be kind of difficult to see Kenan Yildiz in a Real Madrid shirt. So not PSG. Liverpool got knocked out by PSG. So in the quarterfinals? Yeah, quarterfinals. I mean, quarterfinals is not early. It's also not late. It's like in between. So, I mean, quarterfinals of the Champions League, it's not bad. Not everyone gets there, Not everyone gets there. So I think Liverpool were good. So I think if we were to win the league, let's say an Inter. If Inter are to win the league in Serie this season, because I think they're top of the table at the moment. Yeah, Inter are top of the table. If Inter were to win the league this season and exit out of the Champions League in the round of 16, you could say that's a bad season for Inter. So yeah, I do believe if a team is to win their league and exit, especially in the top 6 leagues, I think if you're obviously in the Portuguese league and you finish top of your league and exit in the round of 16 of the Champions League, no one's really expecting a team in the Portuguese league to go far in the Champions League. Ball is bouncing around in the 18-yard box here for Como, and Juventus 18-yard box here for Como. And Yildiz is down. Not really what you want to see. He's holding his head. Let's see what happened. Ball bouncing around. Cambiaso left the ball for Kelly. Ball was just bouncing around everywhere. And I think Yildiz does get a push to the back of the head. Yeah, he does. Not intentional though, but he does get a push to the back of the head. Yeah. I feel like I'm not centered here. Give me a second. Let me move this a little bit to the right. Yeah, I feel like I'm not centered properly. I'm gonna center myself in the chair. Yeah, we good. We good. Is we good? We good. As I said, two down. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I'm gonna be centered and kind of fill the screen a little bit. Is we fine? I think we good. I don't want to do that too much. Can't wait to get a webcam, honestly. Can't wait to get a proper webcam, because using my phone is not the best. Not the best. That's not the best process to use, but we're going to use it regardless. But yeah, again, get your questions in, conversations, if you've got some hot takes. I mean, I made a hot take on if Bukayo Saka deserves to get called for England. Comments on TikTok were interesting. Good shots. It's a goal. It's a goal. Como 1-0 up. It was a good move. Edge of the box. He was bobbing and weaving. Got past a player or two. And a good shot. And you probably want Di Gregorio to do more in that situation. He gets a big touch on it. It's not like a fingertip touch. He gets like a hand. He gets a hand on that, and you'd expect him to be really, really keeping that out. You'd expect him to keep that out, honestly. Edge of the box, it was a good ball out wide. Oh, good move, to be honest. Honestly, Di Gregorio, you should be doing more. That's near post. The goalkeeper should be doing better. Honestly speaking, nah. Not having that. I'm not having that. The goalkeeper should be doing better. I'd say that was at least that was a ball you could have punched out. If you can't get two hands on it, you should at least be punching the ball out. If I was a Juventus fan, I wouldn't be happy with that. If that was Courtois, I would be expecting, Courtois to be getting that. So I think Di Gregorio should be doing better with that save. But Juventus are down. This happened in the last game as well. Como went up by a goal, but they were at home, so you'd kind of expect them. I mean, honestly speaking, Como looked the better team, and they're in again, but the goalkeeper is out. That was a good ball in behind. This is a big game for Como. They need to get into the European spots. There are points behind Juventus who are in fifth. At the moment, if they win this game, there will be a point behind Juventus. So they really need to get something from this if they want to seal their spot for European football. Probably not Champions League, but maybe Europa League, which would be a big achievement for Como. Very, very big achievements for Como. That sound again. I hope that sound is just the rider coming in, the courier rider coming in, because I don't want to take the phone off. Como on the right hand side, moving the ball. Akere loses the ball to Kefren Turam. Haven't seen a lot of Moretti today. Haven't seen a lot of Moretti. I think Yildiz has been their most dangerous player if you had to pick. I'd say maybe Openda, but Openda really hasn't pushed the buttons of the Como defense. So I think Yildiz has looked the most dangerous out of the players in Juve. But Como, they're passing the ball around. One thing I like about Como is their composure on the ball. That's one thing I'd give Cesc Fabregas props for. He's been able to coach composure into this team. He really has. And it's not easy. It really isn't. It really isn't easy to coach composure on the ball into a team. So props to Fabregas for doing that. I mean, where do you guys think Fabregas goes after Como? Because he's definitely going to leave Como. He's been able to bring them out of relegation and get them into the top 5 in Italy. So he's definitely going to, leave Como in the future. Probably like a Xabi Alonso. Maybe Barcelona's next coach, Maybe Barcelona's next coach. Maybe in the next year or two, Maybe Hansi Flick stays in Barcelona for another year. And then the last season. So in the next 2 years, maybe Fabregas goes to Barcelona. Because Como basically play like Barcelona in terms of how they keep the ball. They probably just don't, have the quality of players to do what a Barcelona can do on the ball. But even with that, even with those restrictions, they're able to pass the ball around, move the ball around well. So I can see Cesc Fabregas in Barcelona, honestly. I can. His style of play is similar. Can definitely see him in Barcelona. Trying to see what's going on Twitter actually, and the other matches too. I miss what's the other matches. Juve on the attackers. Kenan Yildiz fights Openda. I think he'd be offside. Is he offside? I don't think he is. It's a foul actually on Openda. Oh, Sociedad are losing to Oviedo 2-0. That is insane. That is a twist in La Liga for Sociedad. I mean, Real Sociedad. You kind of think, wow, losing 2-0 to Oviedo. Don't really know what to say with that. I'm trying to open Twitter here. I don't want it to be overarching my... Okay, we can have it here, and then when we need the stats, we'll take it on. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm having commentary on that. Juventus have been bland. Nothing really. They haven't really tested the Como goalkeeper. And the first test that Di Gregorio gets, he flops his lines. Ball into the box for Juve, but the Como goalkeeper is there. And nothing really happens. What's going on football Twitter? Nothing of repute. Nothing really to talk about. Juventus, edge of the box. Kefren Thuram, lovely control. Finds Yildiz. Cambiaso. Oh, no, not Yildiz. Cambiaso is on the ball now. Yildiz. Referee kind of stood in his way. He couldn't really do much. He looked like he wanted to shoot. I don't think he could in that situation. Just pinging the ball around, Juventus. Nothing really going on. Good shots, Openda, and it's wide. Again, nothing really happening for Juventus here. Como look more dangerous. Referee kind of paused the game, I think. I don't know what's going on here. Again, very composed, Como, passing out from the back. It's concerning because, you know, you always see teams passing out from the back and losing the ball. But Como do it very well. Very, very, very well. Como, edge of the. Oh, mistake from the Juventus defense. Almost made it 2-0 for Como. Como look the more dangerous team. They do look the dangerous team. Jeez. Offside. I think he was offside. Ball over the top for Lois Openda. And he was not offside. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? So, ball over the top. Openda runs onto the ball. He's quick. You know Openda is quick. Runs onto the ball. Goalkeeper comes out to try and claim the ball. And the weakest tip you've ever seen in your life is what Openda just tried to do. I mean, what were his options, to be honest? What were his options? But you'd expect him to do better. Another ball over the top for Openda. Good defense for Como. Back to the goalkeeper. Here's the goal again for Como. It was a good move, honestly. Did well to get past that defender. Good shot, and Gregorio should be doing better. Honestly. Seeing that again, Gregorio should be doing better. FGH, would you rather have more time or more money? More money. Come on. Come on. Okay. The delivery is here, so I'm gonna leave you guys for a bit. For a bit. So I'm back, and Como missed a very gilt-edged chance. Give me a second here. I'm literally having to set the camera back up. I'm happy this actually came earlier than it did, because I was expecting it to come a little bit later. A second. I'll still give you commentary. Corner for Como. Ball into the box. Nothing happening from that. Good ball in. Oof. Good attempt. Cross into the box, but it's Di Gregorio who's there. Okay, for some reason, not working. What the hell? What's going on here? All right. Peace. Thought it wasn't gonna work. We would have just ended the stream. We would have just ended the stream. Okay. We good. Is we good? Wow. First time. Didn't have to adjust it. First time. Wow. Didn't actually didn't need to adjust it that much this time around. think it's just maybe making it more central. Oh, all right, we're good. Okay, we're Gucci in the Louis store. Yeah. Would you rather have more time or yeah? I've answered that. I've answered that already. We've answered that, and the answer is obviously more money. Money solves problems. You got a problem? Money's gonna solve it for you. So obviously, we want to have more money than time. Obviously, if you also have more time, you probably make more money. But what's the guarantee? You know, what is the guarantee? A panda ball over the top. He's not gonna get there. He's fast, but he's not that fast. He's a quick one, but he's not that quick. What's going on here? You know the funny thing with the cam, like with the face cam, I don't even have a green screen behind me. Nvidia are actually just so good, they were able to implement a filter in OBS that eliminates your background. And it doesn't have to be like a solid colored background. It just takes your background out. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I feel like I messed with this a little bit. Now I don't know how to fix it. I'm gonna have this issue until I have a webcam because it's my phone, so I don't have like a actual position. And the thing I'm using as a stand for the webcam is quite literally a phone holder. Quite literally a phone holder. Ball over the top for Como from the goalkeeper. Lovely touch from the Como player, but Cambiasso is there. Cambiasso is there too. I don't like this. All right, this is better. This is way better. Yeah, this is better. We'll manage it. Yakubu manage. To do like you ought to die. But you gotta manage. I'm Ghanaian, by the way. If you're wondering where the accent just came from. I am African. African. And that's like a big meme. I actually don't know where that meme came from. It's just like Yakubu manage. And it's like, what? Who is Yakubu? Who is he? Who's that man's? Anyways, you can tell the match is not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. But I think Juventus, I'm very disappointed. I think for someone who grew up watching not that much football as I watch now, Juventus were such a powerhouse of a team. You were concerned when you came, like when we faced Juventus in the final where Mandzukic scored that bicycle kick. I was genuinely concerned that we weren't going to win it. You know, Madrid versus Juventus. I was genuinely concerned that we weren't going to win it because Juventus looked so good. And Mandzukic scored 2 brilliant goals. I mean, Mandzukic, what a striker, by the way. He scored 2 brilliant goals. And I was like, this is it. We're not winning this. And then Asensio comes on, you know, scores a banger of a finesse shot. And some way, somehow, we're in the game. And it's like, I think that was the match Buffon got a red card. I think. I might be wrong. I think that was the match Buffon got a red card. I might be misremembering. But it was hectic. Like, prime Juventus was something else. Chiellini, Bonucci, Pjanic, Khedira. I think Khedira was in the midfield at some point. Prime Dybala, Mandzukic, Douglas Costa. Like, brilliant players. And then Ronaldo went there and they looked, wow. I mean, a lot of people blame Ronaldo for causing Juventus' downfall, which I think is absolutely stupid. But, you know, people do blame him for Juventus' downfall because they were like, he went there and they stopped winning. The team was built around him. I mean, if you had a player that was scoring the amount of goals Ronaldo was scoring, you'd build a team around him, you know? So, kind of weird to blame Ronaldo for Juventus' downfall. But people did. People did. But yeah, prime Juventus was very scary. Nowadays, they be losing to Como and the rest, Galatasaray and the rest. You know, what Inter has done in the Champions League for the past 2 years is what you'd expect Juventus to be doing. Like, I mean, no disrespect to Inter, by the way. Inter are a brilliant team. But what I'm trying to say is the pedigree that Juventus have, you'd expect them to be in and about at least the quarterfinals of the Champions League. You know, at the very least, get to the quarterfinals. Now it's looking like they're not even going to make it to the round of 16, which is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Sociedad have got to go back. It's 2-1 now. Bayern versus Frankfurt started. I'm interested in Aston Villa Leeds, actually. Let's see where that goes. It's 2-1, Sociedad Oviedo. Bit of an issue here between Juventus, Como, Kefentura. I'm trying to calm things down a little bit. That's the, you know, calm matters. I think there was a foul here. Penda. Okay, someone put a cross in. Yeah, there was a little bit of a collision between Cambiaso and a Como defender. And I think he's like, the Como defender is faking it. Pass into the box. Como on the counter here. Oh, this is a good counter for Como. It's 2v2. He's not gonna get there. He's not gonna get there, and that's a foul. That should be a foul on Kenan Yildiz. It's not a foul. Wow. I feel like the Como defender kicked at Kenan Yildiz a little bit. Okay, he pushed him. All right. He kind of threw his legs in the air when Kenan Yildiz went down. So I kind of thought he kicked him. Yeah, Yildiz did very well to track back. Again, he's a hardworking player, and he's definitely one I'd like to see. I mean, he do brilliantly in the Premier League. The engine that boy has, he do brilliantly in the Premier League. Like Arsenal, probably. I mean, Arsenal. Martinelli. He's not it. He's not it. He's not it, Martinelli. He's not it. Tell you that for free. Saka, I feel like when I say that, it sounds like I have an agenda against Bukayo Saka. I don't know, I don't really care about Arsenal that much. The only reason I, started even getting interested in Arsenal is when they beat us in the Champions League, when they beat Real Madrid in the Champions League. I don't really have any interest in Arsenal, Bukayo Saka this season has an average rating of 7.52. 5 goals, 3 assists. Is that enough to get you to the World Cup? Because as I said, comments on TikTok, when I posted the clip on TikTok, the comments were interesting. Someone was like, Saka is the best player England have. Really? Really? I don't think so. Saka is definitely not the best player England have, especially this season. Maybe 2 seasons ago. Even then, last season, the best player England probably had, 2 seasons ago, the best player England had was Bellingham. Last season, I'd probably say it was Cole Palmer. This season, Declan Rice. For me, I'd probably be Declan Rice or Elliot Anderson. Jesus Christ, I forgot Harry Kane. Definitely Harry Kane. Definitely Harry Kane this season for England. Hands down. He's hands down their best player this season, Harry Kane. So, yeah. Saka is definitely... I mean, he's got 5 goals, 3 assists, 7.52 rating. I mean, for 23 matches, 5 goals, 3 assists, and still having a high rating of 7.52 means he's doing something. He's doing something right. You know, he's got to be doing something right to be having a 7.52 rating. But goals win games. And winning games wins you trophies. Oh, off the crossbar, Como. Defensive capitulation for Juventus at the back. A throw-in for Juventus. And I don't know what that pass was from Koopmeiners to Di Gregorio. That was dangerous because he passed it back to the goalkeeper and the ball is bouncing. The goalkeeper can't save it. So Di Gregorio has to use his head to clear the ball. And obviously the ball doesn't go far. And that could have easily been 2-0. Easily. It was a shot on target for Como. And it was off the crossbar. Cross into the box for Juventus. Ooh. Right across the face of goal. Thuram recovers. He's on the left-hand side. He's not really... He's not the best with his feet. He's not the best with his feet, Thuram. So yeah, Bukayo Saka, I think... Who are the options? Who are the England options in terms of wingers? I think Rashford, Anthony Gordon, Mason Greenwood, Bukayo Saka, Nwaneri. I don't think they'll call Nwaneri, but I might as well just include him. Harvey Barnes, I don't think will get called. I'm trying to think of the realistic options that would get called for England. Phil Foden. Phil Foden this season. How many games has Phil Foden even played this season? There's a question that needs answering. Phil Foden. So Foden has played 23 matches, same matches as Saka. Como, he missed the ball. 18-yard box for Como. They are looking like the team that's going to get the second goal. I'm going to be honest here. They are looking like the team that's going to get the second goal. Phil Foden has a 7.48 rating on FotMob. 23 matches, 7 goals, 3 assists. Does Phil Foden go to the World Cup? Cambiaso, left-hand side for Juventus. They're going to find Kenan Yildiz. He does. Kenan Yildiz. He's got slick, fancy feet. And it's an interception for Como. Juventus looks sloppy. In terms of... Not sloppy. Sloppy is not the word I'm looking for. Sluggish. Juventus looks sluggish. There's a, willingness from Como to want to win the ball. Juventus, they're just passing the ball. It's so slow. And Como look the more dangerous team. But yeah, as I was saying, England, you look at their options in attack. Harry Kane is the only one tearing it up this season. Foden, average, 7 goals, 3 assists. Saka, even more average. Greenwood, I don't think Greenwood is ever going to get called for England. He's better off changing his nationality, Mason Greenwood. He's really better off changing his nationality because I don't think he's going to get called. Showing this goal again, it was a good goal, but I think Di Gregorio, if that was a Thibaut Courtois, I don't think it's a goal. That's all I'll say. I think Di Gregorio should be doing better. Juventus again losing the ball in their final third. They win it again. Not a lot of passing options, but he lays it off. Just gotta wipe my eyes. What the hell? I don't need glasses, by the way. This is just for fashion. You see what I'm saying with the background remover? If this is a green screen, you'd see the glasses. The glasses are literally right here. But because of how good a background remover this is, you don't see the glasses. It's crazy. Honestly crazy. Yeah, I don't wear glasses. This is just for fashion. This is just fashion glasses. I don't wear glasses at all. Let's see what's going on in the other matches. Has Sociedad equalized? No, it's still 2-1. 5 minutes to go. Oviedo. Is it a well-needed win? Because I'm sure they're bottom of the table, Oviedo. They're not. They're 19th. It's a well-needed win. Honestly, it is. I mean, I don't think it's going to save them from relegation, but it gives them a shot. It gives them a shot. Sociedad, on the other hand, capitulating. Como, 18-yard box. That's a foul. That looks like a penalty. That looked like a handball. Oh, that looks like a handball. If that gets reviewed by VAR, I don't think it is. I mean, play is still going on. Juventus on the counter here. Good interception from Como. The referee doesn't seem to... I don't think he's going to call it back, but that looked like a handball. A tackle from Thuram, but the referee doesn't like it. It was right in front of him. Does not like it. He's not a fan of that tackle. Looked like a clean one. No, he didn't get any of the ball. He didn't get any of the ball. Foul. Free kick for Como. Como on the attack here. Again, they look like the closest team to get the second goal. Oh, good pass. Como cross into the box. Edge of the box, number 23 for Como. Ooh, Kakere, he's still on the ball. It's not a foul. 23. A lot of options. I don't know their names, so I'm just mentioning their numbers. They've equalized. Real Sociedad have equalized. It's 2-2. Disappointing for Oviedo. It's 2-2. And it looks like that's how the game is going to end. What did you get from your order, FGH? Groceries, mainly. Mainly just groceries. Boys gotta eat. Good pass to the Como striker. Lovely touch, Kakere. Baltrina tries to find the pass in between. Juventus look shook at the moment. They're looking shook. They don't look like they've got any ideas on how to keep this Como team out of their 18-yard box, honestly. He looked devoid of ideas. I think it's a foul, maybe? It's a handball on Como, which kind of looked like the handball on Kelly. It really did. 4 minutes of added time. A red card. Whoa, red card to who? Straight red card to someone. Como. Wow. Someone on the sidelines for Como's technical team just got a red card. Don't know why. I mean, didn't look like he was saying anything, but the referee definitely heard something, I think. He's probably talking about the potential penalty with the handball. Cambiaso. Juventus really need to get a goal back if they're looking to take hold of the second half. They are at home as well. Like, you don't want to be going into the second half at home, not having anything. And as I say that, Lois Apenda is in the 18-yard box. Cambiaso cross in. Good header away from. And it's offside. Okay. Well then, it was offside. Penda was offside. Penda is kind of like Mbappe when it comes to offsides. He's a frequent offside man. Someone just passing it at the back. Como are on the attack here. They're actually trying to get a second. Shots wide. Ooh. Gotta stretch, jeez. FGH again. Interesting question. Should you always forgive a betrayal? Okay. This is not football related, by the way. So should you always forgive a betrayal if it benefits you later? I'm literally having to turn my head and read because my stand for the phone is literally on the screen where my chat is. So I have to turn my head and read. Should you always forgive a betrayal if it benefits you later? I mean, that's a very. That looks like that sounds like a question you're asking for yourself. Like, it sounds like you've been betrayed, the betrayal benefited you, and now you're kind of conflicted on whether you should forgive the person who betrayed you. That sounds very specific. That sounds like a very specific question. I think personally, betrayal is betrayal. Oh my goodness. Sociedad are leading. What an absolute disaster for Real Oviedo. It's halftime, by the way. But in the the Oviedo Sociedad match, Oviedo were winning 2-0 at halftime. And out of nowhere, Sociedad have. I'm trying to stop my timer here. Sociedad have equalized and now are winning 3-2 in the 90th minute. My goodness. Wow. You might think Oviedo are trying to learn from Arsenal. That was a joke. I'm sorry. Arsenal fans. I'm sorry. I don't have any beef against Arsenal fans. Now, if it was Barcelona, we'd make some nice banter, but I don't have any beef with Arsenal fans. Please don't come for me. It's 3-3. What the hell? I feel like we should be watching the Oviedo game. It's 3-3. Wow. It's 3-3. I feel like we should be watching the Sociedad Oviedo game. Oviedo have equalized. I mean, that's why we love football, I guess. 5 minutes to go. It's 90 plus 8. The match is 90 plus 3. Sociedad get the third goal in the 90th minute, and 90 plus 2, Oviedo equalize. Chaos in La Liga. 3-3. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 4-3. Bayern are leading. against Frankfurt. I feel like that's also an interesting game. Um, Trying to see if I can get the Sociedad Oviedo game. Wow. Unbelievable. 3-3 in the 90th minute. Bayern have scored two, quite literally, in the span of 2 minutes. Bayern Munich. I mean, who do you guys think are going to win the Champions League now? Now that we've gotten through basically halfway through the season, and we know the teams that have qualified for the knockout stages, who do you guys think are going to win the Champions League? Because I still have a feeling Real Madrid can do it. Now that Trent is cooking, I mean, Trent, I said this before we even got here, you know, when Trent went on injury. I said, if we can get Trent firing, if we can get Liverpool Trent, we could be cooking. Because the runs Vinicius and Mbappe make, Trent can pick those passes. He can ping those passes. So if I said that if we could get Trent firing at all cylinders, we don't even have to bother about his defensive game. Valverde can cover for him. And that's exactly what it seems like Arbeloa has been able to figure out. So I personally think Real Madrid still have a chance in the Champions League to win it, as bad as we've been this season. But I think in terms of realistic like teams that might win the Champions League based on how they're playing, Bayern definitely. You can obviously never write off the current holders, PSG. Arsenal, as much as they are still a little bit, you know, wishy-washy, you kind of expect them to win. The funny thing is, I think the type of football Arsenal play, they can win the Champions League. That, you know, the type of football they play is tournament football. Because in tournament football, you're not necessarily playing for goal difference. You're not playing for points on the board. You're just trying to make sure you win the game. And that's how Arsenal play. They try and make sure they win the game, even if it's by one goal. So I think the type of football they play, I mean, look at Erik ten Hag at Manchester United. The type of football he was playing at that moment, was long ball counter-attack football. And it worked. He won 2 trophies in 2 years. So I don't know. But I don't know what Arteta's focus is this season. I think it's the league, but he could focus on the Champions League and end up, you know, winning it. But again, you need to show that ambition. Yeah. So for me, if I had to give like an outstanding pick, I think it's between Bayern and PSG at the moment. If Arsenal start to pick up form, I think they could do it. But at the moment, I think Bayern, PSG, Real Madrid. I want to say Barcelona, but I don't know. Hansi Flick's high line with the Barcelona defense at the moment, it's not something. It's not the most convincing, even for Barcelona fans. It's not the most convincing. So I don't know if their defense can. I think in a tournament, you need to either be able to consistently outscore a team, or what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? Okay, I don't know what's this. I don't know what's happening here. Why did my camera just flip? What is going on? What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? Come on now. You're kidding me. You're actually kidding me. You're actually kidding me. Oh my goodness. My phone just died. My phone just died. Oh my goodness. I was like, it doesn't make sense. Why is it going off? My phone just died. Well, don't have a camera for a bit. My phone literally just died. Might have to charge. Might have to charge for a bit. Y'all are listening to a talking chair. If you just joined, just know my camera just died. My phone, which is my camera, just died. So we're gonna have to bear with a talking chair for the time being. For halftime. Let's get the battery up a little bit for second half. You're gonna have to bear with a talking chair for a little bit, just a little bit, you know. But as I was saying, for the Champions League, I think you need to have a team that has a good defense or a team that has a very strong attack, which Real Madrid has been able to get away with. Because in matches where we concede goals, we have a strong enough attack where we can go and outscore teams. And I think the reason I don't include Barcelona is, one, they don't have a good defense, and I don't think their attack is strong enough to consistently beat teams. I want to check the Sociedad game. It ended 3-3. Brilliant game. Brilliant game of football. 3-3. Very, very good game. Very, 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 very good game. I mean, we didn't even check the stats for the match. Let's have a look at the stats for the Como Juventus match. Let's see how, what is who the numbers are favoring. So Juventus have the most possession, but it's not by much, 51% to 49%. They have the better XG of 0.28 to Como 0.21. Again, not too much. They're not leading in shots. They have 3 to Como 6 shots on targets. They do have more, 2 to Como's 1. And I think it's a bit of a balanced game. If I had to decide, I think it's a bit of a balanced game for both teams. FGH again with a good question. Is fear as good motivator as failure? So fear or failure in terms of something to motivate you? I think fear or failure. You mean? Wait, I feel like I'm not understanding the question. I feel like I'm not getting the question. Is fear as good motivator as failure? I feel like fear and failure are almost the same thing, no? Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel fear and failure are almost the same thing. What do you mean fear of failure? Because if you're scared, do you get motivated? Scared of losing, which is failure at the end of the day. So I think fear of failure definitely is a good motivator to do things. I think fear is always a good motivator. Failure, again, fear of failure is the same thing as being scared. So, kind of the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm literally just checking my phone to see how many percent we have. Advantages of having super fast fast charging. Hmm. Okay. Again, if you just joined, there is a camera, but the camera battery is literally just died, which is my phone. So we have to bear with a talking chair for a little bit until the phone battery charges up. Let me make sure my phone is on actually. I'll turn it on. Okay. We got a good percentage, around 15%. That's fine. 15% is good. It's decent. It's manageable. I got some chips here actually. Probably munching some chips. I should probably munch on some chips. Get your questions in the chat. Again, as you can see, I'm going through these questions. Again, FGH, appreciate your questions. ASMR, opening chips. That was horrible at ASMR. I actually don't know if the microphone is picking that up. That's the chips I have. I've got plantain chips. They're good. Salty, but good. All right, the match is back in. Players are. Oh, FGH, I didn't answer your question. If you had to pick your England starting 11, what are you picking? Wow, that's a question. I'll answer that when the game kicks off. That's actually a good question. Because of the Saka thing, that's a very good question. Let me get my camera on. Juventus need to get back in this game, honestly. Oh, there's a kid in the stands wearing the old Juventus jersey. It's a good jersey as well. Brings back memories. Let me make sure the camera is gonna be on. Second half is literally about to begin. Look this back. Okay. All right, we're good. We're back. We is back. We are back like Botos. Like Scanty will see. We are back like Botos. Hey, Charlie. Let's say no one stabilize. Should probably let you guys in on some Ghanaian lingo. Small pigeon. We could continue the stream for small pigeon. And I must say then. And I must say then. Substitution for Juventus, Conceição. Conceição. Conceição coming in for Juventus. Interesting player. They need him. They need him. They do need him. They do need it. I feel like this is too low. I feel like I'm also not centered. I hate when I have to do all this nonsense all the time. All right, I think we're good. We Gucci. We Gucci. We're good. All right, second half is about to begin. I'll answer your question, FGH. We'll do it in Pigeon. I want to do it in Pigeon. I'll do it in Pigeon. Don't worry. No stress. No stress. No stress. Second half is about to begin. I always want to get a second half timer up and ready, and then we'll answer the question of the starting 11. Because I've got my back four in my brain already. We're off. We are off. All right. Okay. So England starting 11. Charlie, you hard. Let me see. Goalkeeper. If I be Pickford now, who else they cook this season for England? English goalkeepers. Pickford now, so Pickford. Defenders. Gehi, obviously, that one, yeah. He booking ticket long time safe. Gehi. So Pickford, Gehi, second center back, Konza. Konza be the most consistent for Aston Villa. Yeah. So Pickford, Gehi, Konza, left back, probably Trent. Honestly speaking, probably Trent, because what did they do this season for Madrid? Like, if obviously when he starts picking form and things, but yeah, I think Trent left back. If not Trent, then like Bradley go, but injury catch him. Left backs, no options not really there for left back. Yeah, I say left back, right back. Yeah, options not really there for right back. Livramento no really bench. He go, but he go sit bench. So me right back Trent, left back there Lewis Hall, O'Reilly, City them O'Reilly, Nico O'Reilly, Luke Shaw there. Make it sit bench. Luke Shaw bench. So again, starting 11. So make we just go again. So back five: Pickford, Gehi, Konza, Trent. One of Nico O'Reilly or Lewis. So I wouldn't mind any of them. Nico O'Reilly or Lewis or one of them. DM Declan Rice already. I mean, some players, 3 players that have booked their spot for national team. Harry Kane, Declan Rice, Mark Gehi, them 3, and Pickford. Pickford, yeah, he did it till. Them 4 players just book them as spot. Juventus, it less more like them to score. But yeah, them 4 players just book them as spot for England. Like probably since January, they've booked their spots in the national team. Harry Kane, Declan Rice, Mark Gehi, Pickford. Them 4 there solid. So my DM is Rice. Second midfielder Anderson, then Morgan Rogers, because Bellingham hit. So midfield 3 of Rice, Anderson, Morgan Rogers. I think that's fine. Kobe Menu go fi enter, but I don't know. I think in terms of consistency this season, I think Anderson has been more consistent than Menu. So yeah, Anderson, Rice, Morgan Rogers, midfield 3. Now the attack, apart from Harry Kane, the attack beware issue day. Because right wing Saka, Foden. I'm mentioning the options. So Saka, Foden, Greenwood. Greenwood no dey inside, so forget Greenwood. Saka, Foden for right wing. In one area no go some. Maybe you go sit bench. Them three. Then left wing, Rashford. I think Rashford too will save the spot. Honestly speaking, Rashford and Anthony Gordon for bench. Let's be honest. Rashford will start. We know even before they pick the team safe. I think the last international break Rashford was playing, so Rashford picking spot already left wing. That right wing, no. It was if you say Saka. I hear Saka do this season. If you say Foden too, I hear Foden do this season. So, but it's between them. It's between them. Saka and Foden right wing. So yeah, it's actually an interesting England team. No lie. So yeah, make a run am again, cause I go take do clip. clip it. Me now I go clip. Nobody go clip. Me now I go clip Martin. So England starting 11. Pickford, Gehi, Ponza, Trent, Nico Riley or Lewis Hall. Any of them at the left back will be fine. Midfield 3 of Declan Rice, Anderson, Morgan Rogers because Bellingham is injured. If like Bellingham would do. Like there's no word you tell me Morgan Rogers over Bellingham. Go and sleep. So midfield 3 of Declan Rice, Anderson, Morgan Rogers, and then attacking trio of Rashford, Harry Kane, and then the right wing they take put anybody for there because the options no good. Saka, Foden, Wimby, Jacob Murphy. The options they shall put anybody there. It won't make any difference. If I'm being honest, if they put anybody there, it won't make any difference. If they put Jacob Murphy there, it won't make any difference. Saka, nothing. Foden, nothing. Unless maybe Cole Palmer. Unless maybe put Cole Palmer for there. But now I'm safe. Nothing. So yeah. My England starting 11 be that. Anyways, that was good. That was actually good. I'll take it. That was a good starting 11. That's a decent starting 11. That was a decent starting 11. I like it. The right wing is really just dead for England. They need someone, you know, who's going to revive it for them. Good cross for Como. It could be 2. Good block. First big chance of the second half. You be Ghana boy. You don't know. Yeah. The accent is just the foreign accent is just I don't know. I mean, I don't fly before, Charlie. They Ghana no fly go anywhere. Watch YouTube, son. The accent can't enter on our brains. But yeah, I am a Ghana guy. I'm a Ghana boy. I'm a Ghanaian. Hey, am I a Ghanaian? Anyways, yeah. Juventus haven't really come out of the second half guns blazing. I was expecting a lot better. I should be checking the other matches as well. See what's going on. I think one of the Premier League matches have started. Aston Villa leads. Oh, Chelsea are a goal up. Very early in the game. Make a check, Charlie. Be like boys stick bet. No be me, boys them do the matter. They come. No be me, I beg. We say some people will come watch, then we'll send video give people. No be me, boys stick. I check give boys. Hey, and our boys know our Chelsea. Boys stick bets, they know our Chelsea. Move through. And they are Chelsea. Hey, handicap. Boom clat. Okay, handicap them dash mainly 4 goals. Oh no, Chelsea no will score 4 goals. Hi. Chelsea score 4 goals. The make I get 1,000 subscribers. That match is cool. Anyways, hey, we get match here. They check bet slip. Anyways, Juventus Como. What's popping? Oh, good free kick position for Como. Di Gregorio. I'm not the biggest fan of your hand wrist mobility. You don't seem to be able to palm balls away when the time comes. Como. Free kick in a very good position. If this was Nico Paz, I'd probably put money on it for it to go in. Good free kick. Over the bar. Charlie, make I chop my plantain chips. Come give me here. Be home, Charlie. Let me small. Plantain chips have no good brand. I don't know if you promote. I can promote the plantain chips. Brand no do it up. Them literally does right. Plantain chip. The cameras have no one show. See, them does right plantain chips for them. No brandy, so I don't know if you give them shout out. Shout out to plantain chips. That's all I can say. Next time, put brand on the packaging so you will get shout out. Nothing really going on in and around the other matches. It's been silent so far. It has been silent. Apart from the Chelsea goal, Aston Villa haven't scored, Brentford, Brighton haven't scored. It's silent everywhere. Juventus Como. Again, I think there is still time. I mean, there's a lot of time for Juventus to do something. But good interception, Consensao. I haven't really seen him do much since he's come on. Kefren Thuram. Cambiaso. Don't know what that pass was from Cambiaso. Kefren Thuram goes down. The Juventus players are calling for a foul, but I think the referee is going to give it to them. Di Gregorio, don't lose the ball there, Di Gregorio. Jesus. He's stumbling, bobbing and weaving everywhere. Kefren Thuram has stayed down. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but he has stayed down. I thought they were making a sub. My friend is still down. I mean, I hope he's fine. He's been down for a while. Alvaro Morata. He's still in Como. Haven't really seen him make a serious impact in this Como team since the season started. Do you think happiness is a choice? Hey, Charlie, FGH. I make depressed, Anna. These questions they ask. Charlie, questions FGH they ask for chat, they crazy you. You think happiness is a choice? Hey, I mean, a therapist too. I want to be therapist. I don't know if you answer these questions. I mean, I think there's stuff you could do to make yourself happy, and I guess it's a choice if you decide not to do it. So that's the best I can do. Honestly speaking, that is the best I can do. I think in life there are actions you can take that go in a long way to make you happy or to add to your happiness. So if you go on to take those actions and end up being happy, you can kind of say happiness is a choice. You know? Corner for Juventus here. But yeah, Charlie FGH. If you make the press there, go see help why. No calm live stream. They watch football. I mean, football is a good therapy session, to be honest. When did Sergio Roberto go to Como? They just subbed excuse me. They just subbed a player for Sergio Roberto. Counter attack for Como here. It's 3v2. Lovely pass. He's gonna go alone. Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. What a pass. Number 33 for Como to find Kakare with that pass. That was brilliant. I thought he was gonna shoot. The angle to make that pass looked very tight. I thought he was going to shoot. What a pass. Wow. 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 Juventus, a repeat of the first leg seems to be the case for Juventus here. 2-0 for Como. And I tell you what, that counter attack was slick. Lovely pass to number 33. And that was good. That was a good pass. That was a good pass because that was a tight angle. Who's number 33 actually for Como? I feel like I should know this. Who's number 33 for Como? Is it number 33 or number 31? I think it's number 31. Might be tripping here. Lucas Dacunia. What a pass. What a pass. Even without their star boy, Nico Paz, they are cooking Juventus. I mean, Juventus, I don't know. What's the plan? What's the move? What's the aim, you know? Because they've gone on to get a manager as good as Spalletti and still seems to be falling apart. But then again, props to Como. They've scored 2 really good goals. You know, it's not like the goals were lucky. 2 really good goals from Como. And maybe they've just got better players, but you look at the type of players Juventus have. Most of them are internationals, you know? Most of them are internationals. Start for their national teams. It's not looking good for Juve. Really isn't. If I had to be frank, really isn't looking good for Juventus. Really not. Still 1-0 for Chelsea. Oh, Charlie boys the bray. FGH. Let me tell you my mind, do. You be regular viewer. Right here, Charlie boys the bray. Country hard. I don't even get. Boys if no they tune into the stream. Like by now, boys for tuning into the stream can't talk for chats, but and they do like you force them. They subscribe to the channel too. In be what the vex. Them sub to the channel too. Can't join stream with chat. Almost they be. Them say no. Juventus almost gotta go back. The ball bouncing around in the 18-yard box. Good header. Wide. Now their 2 goes down. You're starting to put your foot on the gas, Juventus, but might be too late. But yeah, Charlie. Adibab FGH. Adibab. Everywhere make hot. Juventus have less than 30 minutes to get something, which is still a lot of time to get something in this game. Como again? Ooh, good defending. Juventus, this lovely turn. Okay, oh, he puts the ball in the box, but no one's really there. He's the only positive in this team. This really is. The rest of them, it just feels like they're here for, vibes and whatever. Because Yoda is the only one doing something. Joao Pedro scored for Chelsea as well. I remember saying Joao Pedro was going to be a revolutionary player for Chelsea. So wrong. So wrong. What about France 11? Like a starting 11 for France national team? I mean, Magnan probably goalkeeper. There's not a French goalkeeper that's doing well. So Magnan probably goalkeeper. Defender Saliba. What are French defenders actually? We don't know a lot of French defenders. A lot of good French defenders. You probably say Lenny Yoro, but I don't think Lenny Yoro is going to the World Cup. I mean, he could turn up to the end of the season and go. Konate, yeah. Konate and Saliba as the defenders for France. If I had to pick, based on what I know. Konate, Saliba, left back, one of the Hernandez, probably Theo Hernandez. Where is Theo Hernandez? Yeah, he's in Saudi. No, wait, Theo Hernandez. Wait, what? I'm confused now. The Hernandez brothers. It's Theo Hernandez and something else Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez is in PSG. Theo Hernandez is in Al Hilal. Theo Hernandez is the left back. So maybe left back Theo Hernandez, and then Luca Hernandez is a center back option. So he'll definitely be on the bench. Right back. Probably right back. French right backs. Kunde. Yeah? Kunde, yeah. Definitely Kunde. DM Kante, probably. N'Golo Kante. Because Deschamps does like Kante. He does like some Kante. Kante or Chouamini, probably. So midfield would be Kante, probably Chouamini, Camavinga, Rabiot, because Rabiot is doing well in AC Milan. Um, actually, don't know a lot of French players, to be honest. I feel like I'm missing some obvious players. I feel like I'm missing some obvious players. Turkey definitely is going to the World Cup for sure. Front three maybe Turkey, Mbappe, Thuram. Oh, Turkey can play attacking mid. Actually, yeah. Turkey can play attacking mid. Then Olise plays right wing. Because I was like, if Turkey goes, where does Olise play? Because Turkey plays right wing. So Olise, Mbappe, Ekitike should be going to the World Cup for France. I mean, France have a very, very stacked attack. They have a very stacked attack, France. Ekitike should be going to the World Cup. Actually, to be honest, I'm gonna concede here. I don't think I can think quick enough to get French players to go for the World Cup. So, because there's so many good, and I think there's some players I'm obviously missing. So I'm gonna concede on that one because Desiree Doué as well is a player that probably should be going to the World Cup. Ousmane Dembele as well. Yeah, I'm missing so many players, so I'm gonna concede on that because I think there's some players that I'm missing for the World Cup. For France to be able to pick a good French team for the starting 11. Uh, I think this match, I don't know what Juventus are planning to do because Como are just passing the ball around them now. I've kind of lost a little bit of interest in the match because I don't know what Juventus are doing. It doesn't seem like they have a plan. Leeds have scored against Aston Villa, by the way. Brighton has scored against Brentford, by the way. Reality is 1-0 up against Vallecano. But Aston Villa losing. Kind of not expect that. Hey, Charlie FGH. What question is this? Adi, calm, relax. Make a check some. I'll check finish. I will answer your question. This is a question. Yeah. Charlie, FGH. You'll find therapy. You'll find therapy. If you want therapy question, therapy answers to your therapy questions. Those questions were in the air. Come in. I'll come and give you advice, and then you'll come and say I've said something for you to go and do things. So, goodness gracious me. FGH is asking, what's something you're still trying to figure out about yourself? Charlie, Juventus Como no say. You know about Juventus Como, in me what we dey watch. Make we talk Juventus Como them matter. Now what I'm trying to still figure out about myself, the Charlie, he plenty. That's the answer, he plenty. Because he plenty. Don't worry. These are questions, the Charlie. I appreciate the questions, but some of them hard. I can't give you answer to this question, Charlie. Ask me football questions. Why? Ask me football questions. Hmm. Como again, probing, but they're 2-0 up. They don't need to stress. They don't need to stress. Football question. So you know, football question. They ask me about trying to figure out myself. Which I don't even know what accent I will use as this question. Which hurts more, losing the final or finishing second in the league? Hey, Sonny, let's ask now fans who. Unless Arsenal fans answer this question, because we in the air. In my team, the reach final, we know you lose. So unless Arsenal fans go answer this question. So Arsenal fans, which hurts more, losing the final or finishing second in the league? FGH be the one with the ass, not me. So answer. Como just passing the ball around. Again, I feel like this match has been over because everyone is just, nothing is really happening. Nothing is really happening. Jonathan David has come on for Lois Openda. Not the best substitution. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not a substitution I look at it and say, wow, you know, Jonathan David is on the pitch. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's Jonathan David, you know? It doesn't really fill me with the most confidence. But we have 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go in this game. And I don't think Juventus, we go fit play till tomorrow if Juventus no go score goal. I'm being honest, like we could play till next week and Juventus wouldn't score a goal. It's horrible, honestly. I don't know what the problem is with Juventus. Maybe I think that would be an interesting video. Although the Serie is not that interesting, I don't know. But it might be an interesting research to do on how far Juventus have fallen from grace, because it's horrible. Again, no disrespect to Como, but I think, come on now. You're an established Italian team. You're supposed to be doing better than this. Is social media helping or hurting players? I think it's 50-50. You know, I've seen the conversation online where people are like, footballers shouldn't really be hurt with what's been said on social media because they're getting paid and you can always ignore what's going on social media. And I'm like, they're still human at the end of the day. You know, you can only ignore for so long until it actually affects you. And you're going to see it. You know, even if you don't log into your Twitter or your Instagram or your TikTok, you're still going to see it. Someone is going to show it to you. Someone is going to talk about it. Someone is going to ask you if you've seen it. You know, so no matter what, you say, or no matter what you think, the footballers are still going to see it. And this is me talking about like the negative side of social media. Now, the positive side of social media is, for football, is that it is okay. So let's stick the conversation to players. We're talking about if social media is helping or hurting players. I think for players, I think it does more negative than positive for players. But then again, it's kind of like everything in general, because you can still use social media to advantage and use it to do really, really good things. Like, imagine a footballer starts, let's say, a Twitch channel or a YouTube channel where they're posting content, and then they're using that content to generate money for charities, where they're going to donate money to the charities for whatever reasons, or use that football platform as an opportunity to promote other content creators in their space, like maybe football content creators. So imagine, let's say, let's just use Bukayo Saka, because he's the only one on my mind right now. Let's say Bukayo Saka creates a YouTube channel, and he uses that YouTube channel to promote other football content creators, especially like young, like new channels that are coming into the football space that have the potential to make it big. He uses that as a platform to promote other channels, or uses that as a platform to create awareness of stuff like health conditions. That's a positive thing. But social media could affect him in a way where he's getting comments, death threats, as we've seen before, with players like Maguire and other stuff like that. And I think mentally it could affect them. And I think also as a distraction of like young players coming through, I think social media could be a distraction because they're trying to do things to get clips on social media. I think there are definitely players that play in the world of football right now that do things knowing that you're gonna get clipped. Some of them even bring, photographers to the field, like to play matches, and then they take custom pictures of them when they do anything on the field. So they know their cameras are on them 247. So they might be wanting to do things to get clips, and those things might not end up contributing to the betterment of the team. So I think in terms of helping players and being a bad effect on players, I think it leans more to the bad effect on players, but I think it can help players in the long run. Yeah, that's my long answer. It's good and it's bad. Out here for Juventus. The game is basically over. 10 minutes to go. Juventus don't look like they could score even if he added another 90 minutes onto the game. It don't look like they could score if he added another 90 minutes onto this game. It's looking bland. Very bland. Very, very bland. Thoughts on the Vinny situation? I knew I was gonna get asked this. I knew the question was coming. I didn't know when it was gonna come, but I knew the question was coming. It's wrong. Period. Point blank. Full stop. Case closed. Let's go. It's wrong. Like, Brighton are 2-0 up against Brentford. He was racially abused. That's all I can say. And for the people saying there is no evidence of that happening because the player had his shirt covering his mouth. So we're defending a potential racist. Is that what we're doing? So if it does come out that he actually did say the things Vinicius is accusing him of saying, we're now defending a potential racist. Doesn't make sense. In a situation where, let's say, let's use a serial killer. It's a dark situation. I don't want to use I was going to use a different one, but let's use a serial killer. Let's say there's a serial killer on the loose. Or okay, let's not even say a serial killer. Let's say murder, okay? Let's say murder happens. Someone gets murdered. And then someone is accused. Oh, good free kick from Juventus, and it's off the post. Unlucky. Concentao puts the ball in the box, but Jonathan David cannot get that in the back of the net. It was a good free kick from Coop Mainers, and it went off the posts. I don't think the goalkeeper is getting it. That was actually a good free kick. A very good free kick. So yeah, like I'm saying, if let's say someone gets murdered, okay? And then we don't know who gets murdered, but we know someone gets murdered. And someone gets accused of getting murdered. What is basically happening is we are blaming the person who accused someone of being a murderer rather than blaming the potential murderer. Okay, we don't have proof that this person killed someone, but this person is saying, putting two and two together and is giving you a really, really good case for person A being a killer. But now, like, you're supporting a potential killer and basically bashing someone who's giving you good evidence that this person could be, or good cases to build that this person could be a killer. I don't know if I'm given the right scenario, but what's basically happening is people are blaming Vinicius, or people are not siding with Vinicius because, one, first of all, they're saying it's his fault for dancing, and second of all, they're saying he doesn't have there's no conclusive evidence that Prestiani was being racist towards him. And my take is, okay, let's say there's no conclusive evidence that Prestiani was racist towards Vinicius. Let's say we don't have any proper evidence. Are you still comfortable supporting? Or is social media trying to tell me that you're comfortable supporting a potential racist rather than a victim of racism? Because if it comes out that Prestiani actually said what he said, everyone who's been supporting Prestiani is potentially a racist. Make of that what you will. Because someone has been accused of doing something very wrong. Obviously, false accusations are nothing to, joke about. But Vinicius didn't just come out before the match saying Prestiani is racist. We saw evidence, or we saw cases, not evidence. Let's say we saw cases to build the point that Prestiani would have been racist, or had a high possibility of being racist in that scenario. And for Prestiani, if he's saying he didn't say anything, why were you covering your mouth? That's just my take on it. My take on it is Prestiani was being racist towards Vinicius. Again, keep in mind, Vinicius doesn't know Prestiani from anywhere. This is the first time he's probably playing against Prestiani apart from the Champions League group stages or league phase. He has no reason to react the way he did, running towards the referee saying Prestiani was racist towards him. He has no reason to do that. He has scored a wonderful goal. He has, gotten a yellow card. He's okay-ish. He has no reason to go accuse Prestiani of being racist if Prestiani isn't being racist. And that kid, I'm going to call him a kid because he is a kid. That kid's story has changed so much. After the game, he came out and said he didn't say anything. Then he said he didn't say monkey. He said brother, which I think sounds almost similar when you translate it to Spanish, I think, because I think he was saying hermano and something no is monkey in Spanish. Now, the story he's sticking with is he said faggot, not monkey. Like that's not what that's not what an innocent person says. If I was playing a football match and I said something and someone goes to tell someone else I said another thing, I would have one story and one story alone. I said this thing, not this thing the person said I said. But now Prestiani came out and said he didn't say anything initially after the game, and then went on to say he said hermano, and now he's saying he said faggot. It's like, I don't know. All I know is I'm not supporting a racist. Call me whatever, but yeah. All I know is that I'm not supporting someone who could potentially be a racist. Again, there is no hard evidence that Prestiani said what Vinicius said that he did. But there is no reason for me to support someone doing a bad thing. Bring out the evidence that he didn't say it, and hey, you know. And Mourinho as well. I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily blame Jose Mourinho too much, because I think it was heat of the moment, tensions high. I think he got a red card as well. After the match, post-interview, he's kind of being thrown into the fire and being asked to give like a diplomatic answer, like Vincent Kompany did. Like, I think Vincent Kompany's response to the whole situation has been the best out of everyone. So he's being thrown into the fire and being asked to give like a diplomatic answer. And keep in mind, Prestiani is still his player at the end of the day, you know? So I don't really blame Jose Mourinho. I'm just a little bit disappointed. That's it. But yeah, that's my take on the whole Vinicius thing. I don't know if I actually don't even know if I was gonna make a like full video on it. Probably not. Probably not. Juventus, Como. Juventus have been disappointed. I think Como have been exciting. I think they have been the better side. They've created the better chances. They still look like they want to score a goal in the 90th minute with 5 minutes of added time. It's been a good match from Como. Juventus have just been disappointing, honestly speaking. Halftime in the Premier League, Aston Villa 0 leads 1, Brentford 0, Brighton 2, and Chelsea 1, Burnley 0. That's how it stands in the Premier League. Four minutes to go in this match, and we'll wrap things up. This has been a very interesting comeback stream. I've enjoyed the conversations. Hey, FGH again. Oh, Charlie. Charlie, make somebody call therapist give FGH. I beg. See, the question to this is loyalty unconditional. Charlie, want them break your heart this morning, FGH? I say morning, this afternoon. Be like somebody break your heart this afternoon, eh? Then break your heart, they can't pour out from our stream top. Oh, Charlie. Is loyalty unconditional? I'll go answer this question, Seth. Nah. I mean, loyalty, they come with things, eh? Conditions for day before loyalty for day. Loyalty, FGH, I don't go lie for you. I don't go lie give you, Charlie. I can't answer this question. This loyalty is unconditional. Yeah. Sure, Como. Sure. God. We are watching Juventus versus Como. You're asking me if loyalty is unconditional. Nigga, I don't know, nigga. I don't know. Look at my face. Hey, look at my face. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have enjoyed FGA's questions, but some of them They are thought-provoking. And I don't want to be thought-provoking in a Juventus versus Como match. Not yet anyways. Maybe we'll answer them later. But for now, 2 minutes to go. The game is basically over. Let me just be real with y'all. The game is basically kaput. It is basically done and dusted. If I have to, oh well, hey, what's going on here? Como player running into Di Gregorio. Drops the ball. 1 minute to go. Juventus, can they get a consolation goal? That was a good pass from Conceição. Doesn't get to anyone though, but it was a good attempt. Can Juventus get a consolation goal? Something to take home. Can Juventus do it? Or is this a lost cause? A tackle. And it's a free kick for Juventus. Probably gonna be the last kick of the game here. I think it is. I think it is the last kick of the game. It's gonna be. Once this free kick is taken, the game is gonna wrap up. And I will say this is a good win for Como. If they want to get that European football, this is a big win for Como. Fiorentina are at 18th. Wow. David De Gea is probably going to get relegated, if you're being honest. 90 plus 5. That is the game. Juventus 0, Como 2. It was a disappointing one. It really, really was. I've been disappointed with Juve before, but to lose to Como twice, same scoreline. We watched the first leg, Como at home against Juventus, ended 2-0, and Juventus now at home to Como. At home versus Como, they lose 2-0 again. No fight whatsoever, no progression of the ball, no attacking threats. It just felt like it felt bland. It felt sluggish. It felt devoid of ideas. I mean, we have a look at the statistics. I mean, it was a 50-50 game at the end of the day. 52% possession for Juventus, 48% possession for Como. Shots almost the same. Shots on target almost the same. Expected goals almost the same. But on paper, it looked like an even match. On the field, Como looked comfortable. I'm not even going to lie. Como looked comfortable. And I think Juventus, they need to step up. They need to step things up because Champions League, they're not looking good. It's not looking like they're going to get Champions League in the league if they keep performing like this because Como are 1 point behind them and they're fit. Como are coming for that fit spot and Juventus are fit. And I don't think the Italian league is going to get 5 spots for the Champions League in terms of coefficients. So it's really not looking good for Juventus. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. FGH. Charlie, go get some help, man. Go get some therapy. Honestly speaking, Charlie, because the questions you ask be concerning. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will catch you guys in the next one.